is. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Bob Nelson. I am the Director of Communications here at the Mesa Chamber of Commerce. I am playing the part of Sally Harrison this morning. Joining me today would normally be Sherry Friend and Glenn Kasperzak, except neither of them could be with us today. So it is Karen. Karen, you're going to have to pronounce your last name for me.
Steginja.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I kind of making this happen for you today. So real quick, there's not a lot of, we don't have a lot of attendees in the sort of room, if you will. So I just real quick give you a chance to introduce yourself, your name, the organization that you're representing today, and just why you're here in a brief sense so that we can get on to our speakers today. So Susan Teghman, I'll start with you. You're in the upper left corner.
Hey, I'm Susan Teghman, Director of Membership Sales for the Mesa Chamber. I'm here today. I want to learn a little more about the group because I do talk with a lot of healthcare practices. And I wanted just to learn a little more of what you do. Cool.
Welcome. Pam Ostrowski.
The very vocal Pam Ostrowski. I am the CEO of Alzheimer's Family Consulting, and I wrote the book, It's Not That Simple, Helping Families Navigate the Alzheimer's Journey. I'm an author, a speaker, and a consultant working with family members to help them accept the journey that they're on, plan for it, and then build the skills and cope with the journey that their loved one is on. So specifically for the family members.
Cool, welcome. And Jean DeStories.
Hi, I'm Jean DeStories with Mesa Fire and Medical Department. I am part of the Social Service Division.
Hi, Jean, welcome today.
Thank you.
And Jeff Baer.
Good morning, Jeff Baer from COPA Health, and I am here to learn and participate, hopefully.
Woohoo, welcome, Jeff. And Carl Fortner. You're muted, Carl. You're still muted. You owe Sally $1 now. Oh.
Okay.
If we all just started waving frantically at you, you would have figured it out.
I got your book and I started reading it. So,
Oh.
Dr. Carl Fortner, I'm a dementia French champion. I've been for the last 4 or 5 years. Started with Dementia Friendly Tempe. I'm also a research psychologist with Vitania Brain Performance, supporting the Heal the Hero Foundation for veterans, first responders, and women who are victims of domestic abuse, sexual trauma, and youth that are timing out of the foster care system.
Welcome, Carl. Thanks for being here. And Kelsey Brown.
Kelsey Brown with Mesa Fire, also with the Social Services Division like Jean.
Cool. And everybody moved around. Todd Carling.
I'm Todd Carlin. I'm with Fellowship Square Mesa, the senior living community.
Hi, Todd. Welcome. And Stephanie Espinoza.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Espinosa. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist with the Nutrition Professionals in Mesa.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome. Naomi Nelson.
I'm Naomi Nelson with All Pro Anytime Transportation. A lot of my customers, I've been in this business about 20 years, a lot of my customers are getting older and older, and I'm noticing some signs. I need to learn more about dementia. That's all there is to it, and that's why I want to stay involved here. So thanks everybody for any kind of information you can give me.
Cool. And Michelle Caldwell.
Hi, I'm Michelle Caldwell. I'm with Senator Kirsten Sinema's office, and aging is one of her top priorities as well as healthcare. So that is why I am in the group. Sorry, I'm having camera issues, so I will be off camera today.
No worries. Thank you for joining us. And that's going to actually roll right into agenda item number 2, which is our congressional updates. So Michelle, I'll just let you keep going.
Great. Not a lot going on right now around aging and healthcare. A lot of the big focus right now is still implementation of the American Rescue Plan and actually the CARES Act and getting all that money out to businesses. since this is a chamber call, PPP is done. There are no more funds for PPP and no more applications going through. I think that's pretty much the big chunks of what we're doing. If anyone has questions, please let me know. I'll put my email, but I think everybody has my email address. But for those who don't, I'll put my email in the chat box.
Okay. So if you have any questions for Michelle, certainly feel free to use the chat box to do that. Michelle, thank you for the update. Appreciate you joining us today. It's always nice to have representation of our elected officials to carry back that information that we learn from these calls. And we'll go right into this morning's presenter. And joining us today from Visit Mesa is Allison Brooks. And I'm going to let Allison tell you a little bit about herself and then kind of talk about the journey that Visit Mesa went on in implementing the autism certification process. So Allison, the floor is yours.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Again, I'm Allison Brooks. I'm with Visit Mesa. If you don't know what Visit Mesa is, now is a great time to learn. So we are a nonprofit organization, and our job is to promote our beautiful city. So we're the marketing organization for Mesa, basically, is how you can think of it. Some of you may be more familiar with a convention and visitors bureau. That's what we are, but now we call ourselves a destination marketing organization because that just sounds better, right? So that's what we are. And my job there is I'm a director of group services and special projects. I've been with the organization for a very short time. My background is in marketing. I've worked in the hospitality industry for my entire life, primarily in hotels, but pretty much lived in Arizona the entire time. So I am excited to join Visit Mesa. We're really proud of the things that we've done to make our city and we think of our city as a brand, right? So our brand is to be the best city to come visit, right? And so as you can see up in the corner of my background of Visit Mesa, our tagline is City Limitless. And what that means is that we're not restricted by the boundaries of our city, that you can come to Mesa and of course enjoy all the cool downtown stuff and really unique things to do in the city, but then we're surrounded by beautiful desert, cool lakes. You can go to Queen Creek, which is a really neat place to go, and all different things that we promote kind of outside of just our physical boundaries. But one of the things that we also think about with City Limitless is not just the boundaries, but also the way that visitors might experience our city. And so we want it to make it feel limitless to everybody. And so something that I've been charged with is expanding upon what that means to be city limitless from the perspective of the way that you experience it. And so a big part of what I'm doing right now is accessibility, a big focus on accessibility and inclusion. What had already started in 2019 was the Autism Certification. We are the very first and only right now city, Mesa is the only city that's autism certified. Very, very proud. That's a big deal. And what that means, there's a big difference between being certified and being friendly. So you may hear other destinations call themselves autism friendly, and that's great. But when this was brought about, it was a very important decision on our end to make sure that we were certified, meaning that our people have gone through training, that it was done through an accredited organization. It's called through IBCCES, which they do training and accreditations for all different types of things, and autism is one of them. So that was important to us in a very, I would say, primary thing that we did that is probably the biggest difference between everybody else that, again, is autism friendly. So a little bit of the backstory of why we did this whole thing is because Mark Garcia, who is our CEO and president, he has an autistic child. His child is, I believe, 8 years old, diagnosed before he was even 2 years old, pretty severe case of autism. But, you know, they're a family just like everyone else, right? And they love to travel. They go to and we're not going to say the name of the destination, but they go to this destination every year. It is on the coast, so they do some beach time every year. And they've been doing that since their child was very, very small. one year they decided that instead of going to their normal beach house, that they would go spend the time within the city. So they stayed in a hotel in the downtown area, and they're used to getting those, being that their child is autistic, sometimes does have those meltdowns and such. And and unfortunately that particular week, their son was having a heck of a time, just having breakdown after breakdown and just having one of those really off weeks. And they were used to getting the stares, but they were not used to getting those looks and stares and kind of that judging feeling from the hospitality community. That's not something they'd ever experienced. And so Mark was like, this is just wrong. This should not be happening. Why are we getting, from our peers, right, in the tourism community, why would we ever be getting that kind of a judgment? And so he made the decision right then and there that something needs to be done. And he didn't know what it was, but very quickly, he's like, I can't make a difference here in this city, but I can take this home to Mesa and we can do something about it. And so that's why this whole thing was born. And he did do something about it. So within 1 year, our city became autism certified. And so again, his strategy behind it was, I want to make sure that one, we have credential, that we're certified, again, not just friendly. Two, that he started from the inside out. The approach was, let's get our organization certified, meaning Visit Mesa and all the people that worked with us, and then our board, and then our partners. And suddenly when the partners started buying in, it was easier to ask other people, like the Mesa Parks and Rec or the fire and police, all of those people to join in on the effort. The mayor got behind it. So it kind of grew organically because we made the intentional decision to start from the inside out. So that was one of the really important things that we did. And then I would say, as I know that you all are talking about how do we talk about dementia, making us dementia friendly and all of that, which I'm all behind and excited about, because again, accessibility, all of that falls under that umbrella. So I'm all on board with this and really thrilled to be part of that. And I forget who it was. It was just speaking. Was it Pam, marketing person? Okay, thank you. Marketing. So it is all about the what's in it for me. I've always full-heartedly believed that, and we made that decision when we conveyed to businesses the reason, that it's not just, there's two primary things we wanted to convey. One is the what's in it for me, and two, the business proposition about it, right? So obviously it's the right thing to do, and that's great. That's kind of like the business, it kind of helps your brand, right? But then the ROI kind of falls under the what's in it for me. So we were very clear in making that business case to everyone. And we, not just, you guys were talking about a paragraph that was written, we went above and beyond just writing the communications. We made video content and really told the story. And I think that is one thing I would highly encourage you all to do if you have the ability to do so, is to tell the story of the why. Because I think when people connect to the story, that's when they'll kind of buy in. And that would be my biggest suggestion, because I think that was very effective for us. And I can share the link to a couple videos that we made. And I don't know if I can do it. I can do it on the chat, but I don't know. You can't watch it during the chat. So maybe I will forward it to whoever can forward it out to the team. But I would encourage you to watch those videos and really see what I mean by that. It was people in the community, how it affected their businesses and why they did it, and what they got out of it, and how simple it was. So kind of more of a testimonial as well. So that is something I would suggest. And we just also really honed in on making sure that we were strategic about our ask, that we were direct, that we were careful of not, or that we were very brief in our ask. That was something that we wanted to do. It was not so much messaging that it got lost. And that we were just showing the impactful and the relevant reason that we're doing this. Again, going back to that why. And I'm sure that you have a why. And I mean, it's obvious, but I think that it's really just important that we make sure that that's kind of conveyed. So that's kind of how we did it. And again, the next, Again, this falls under our larger initiative to making our city more, showing off our accessibility. So right now, you probably have heard of the Hidden Disability Sunflower Program. That's the green lanyards with the sunflowers all over them. That if somebody chooses to wear that our businesses will know, the people in our community will know, hey, that person has a hidden disability, and I just need to give them a little extra time or care. I don't know what's going on. I don't need to know what's going on, but that person is wearing this lanyard because I just need a little extra time, or you just need to be a little more patient with me. People have hidden disabilities. In fact, they say up to 25% of people have some sort of hidden disability. Dementia would be one, but there's PTSD, anxiety, severe anxiety coming out of COVID, believe it or not. It could be autism and so many different things that you can't see. It's not apparent when you look right at somebody. So this is another initiative that we're taking on in the city. There's so many things. Yeah, hearing and vision loss. There's so many things that fall under hidden disabilities. So that's something that we're proud of to expand again upon. How can people visit our city and for them to feel limitless when they come to our city, feel welcomed, and that we appreciate that they're there and want them to just have fun. So, and so many things coming down the pipeline. I'm so excited that we're able to do this in the position to do so. And anytime that you ever have an idea of what we can do to make people feel more welcomed, I'm all game to hear it and would love to, because again, it's all about making people feel welcome. So I will stop, and if you have questions, I'll try to answer them. Again, please know that I'm still new, so I wasn't there when all of the autism stuff was really done. Unfortunately, we sealed it up and delivered it per se. Hey, we're autism certified, and then COVID hit. So we might be doing another big launch of that, but I'm happy to answer questions.
Oh, thanks, Allison.
Yeah.
I know Pam's got a question, so we'll let her ask her question. I do want to acknowledge that our co-host, Sherry, has stopped in. She is between things, so she's not necessarily going to jump in and take over, but I did want to let everybody say hi or chat hi to her while she's still here. Pam, your question.
So what is the why that you have? How do you have it memorized? I mean, what is for the businesses, what is the lead in why statement?
For the autism certification?
Yes, yeah.
I don't know that they ever made an official statement. I will dig into the files. I don't believe that we did have a why statement. It was just kind of the right, obviously the right thing to do. And I think when you watch those videos, you'll kind of get a better, more of the feeling behind it. I would agree with you. A statement is effective if it can be done. I would consider that.
I think what we're thinking of doing is like Becky volunteered to go out to the businesses and start, for lack of a better term, pitching, hey, we've got a significant population here of older folks. Would you agree? Yes. And they have special requirements that would help them come back more frequently if this was a more pleasant experience. And, it's lighting, it's seating, it's noise, it's, and we don't want to, I loved your presentation because video is the number one way to get to people. If we're going to do this in person, though, we need something that says, and maybe they're two separate documents, but we need something that says, here's the benefits, and then here's the investment for you. And then Karen's done an excellent job of listing off, signage and lighting and noise and all that good stuff, and size of font on menus. So, I was just curious, what was the marketing strategy to, so did you guys just do emails with the video links, or did you put it on Facebook? And what was the delivery mechanism?
I have a whole document that I can share with your team. And so
that would be awesome.
Take a look at that. So maybe that'll give you a little bit more context. Yeah. And
this is really important.
I would say if you're going to be walking into businesses, I would really kind of frame it as what can you do? What's the low hanging fruit that will cost me nothing and the impact will be great. So, I would frame it that way. That's just my opinion. I think we tried to frame it as you'll see on the video that the training is short and I learned a lot and now we're certified kind of thing. So yeah, it didn't feel like, oh, this is overwhelming. I'm going to have my whole staff take the whole day and things like that. So
yeah, and that's the catch with it being a dementia-friendly business. If I understand it correctly, we have to have a champion, and people have to go through training. Is that correct?
Yes, and that's what I was going to ask Allison. How did you certify? Because I noticed you had businesses listed on the website. How did you actually certify businesses? We're requiring that at least one employee becomes a dementia champion so they can then train their staff on the dementia friendly at work program. So what are the requirements for certification? And also, does certification have any liability issues with it? If I say I'm a certified business and then there's a problem that comes up with somebody that has autism, does that come back to you, or how? Because that's one thing that we've talked about as far as we were kind of avoiding the certification number or, label, because we were concerned that if there was an event, what happens?
Yeah, and again, if we are certified through a third party, IBCCES, so we come out of it. Once we get the commitment from the business to do the certification, IBCCES takes over. They're also in charge of renewal because the certification does need to be renewed every 2 years. So we kind of take our business out of it once we sell that it's now onto IBCCES. So that's a good question about what if somebody says whatever, I had a bad experience. I don't really know the answer to that, to be honest with you, because we haven't had that happen yet. And I would just say the intention is there and they did the certification, but we're not promising that, that they're going to get any different thing out of it other than to be treated like a person. And that's all people want. They want to be treated like anybody else and not judged and not looked at like they're an alien from outer space because they're autistic. So it's kind of like, just let's be friendly, let's be considerate. We have certain things, and some of these places are certified autism centers. So it's called a CAC. Some of the parks, the hotels, so they've been audited, and that organization audits them. So it's a lot bigger than just maybe what I'm understanding what you're doing with a dementia champion, and then training at the individual business, if I'm kind of understanding what you're about to do. So maybe that's just some primary differences.
So Allison, just to dovetail a little bit on that, as one of the organizations that went through the process, it was based upon participation of employees. So here at the Chamber, we had 100% participation. IBCCES designed the sort of training, if you will, that we all went through, and then we all kind of tested after to become certified. And then the organization overall was certified based on that participation. So we took a very similar approach to Visit Mesa. We went with the board of directors, went down to staff, and then extended that out to chamber membership. So IBCC has managed a lot of that process, and they manage that ongoing. So they've reached out to us about our recertification already. So that process kind of is ongoing for them.
Thank you.
And all of that is free? All the training is no cost?
It is not. There is a cost to it. We did have some members that had discussions around whether or not they wanted to pay for the certification. In terms of the value, of course, it's a tremendous value. So it wasn't asking a lot of money for people based on the certification that they were getting, but it was not free.
Yeah. And then that's one of the things that I'm also, I found is a little bit of a gap from when we started, and I'm excited to start doing this, is continue to make sure that these businesses understand that this is something that they've done and that there should be an ROI. So they should be marketing themselves. They should be talking about it. They should be saying, we are autism certified, and put it in their social media and be proud of it. And a lot of the businesses although they did the certification, they haven't been talking about it. And to get that ROI, that's something that I really want to start encouraging these businesses, because sure, we're going to bring, this was all done with the intent of, don't get me wrong, there is a business reason that we did all this. We're going to be bringing autism conferences to the city. We're going to be doing things that, you know, obviously will get a return on this. So I want these businesses to also feel that they're getting able to use the certification, if you will, as a marketing benefit for them.
And that therein lies the reason for the why, is that they have to be able to articulate what the benefit, why they're promoting it on their social media. If it's just, hey, we're certified, is anybody going to see that? But if they do video, and most small business owners are terrible at doing social media, and so providing images and that type of thing. But if they did images of a before and after of additional lighting, for instance, or a cute little senior corner, something that's a quieter environment, and posted that. And that's the kind of thing we need to do in our Facebook posts, is to include pictures of before and after. Why would you do this? Well, first of all, everybody over 50 can see better. It's not just dementia, but those of us, who might have hearing loss, also an issue, and also a potential confusion with dementia. So being able for us to lead the way, that's why I mentioned in the chat about everybody on the Mesa Chamber should, have a sticker that says, I'm a dementia-friendly business who's got brick and mortar. And those who don't, even for businesses that provide services and go into a senior's home, being aware of, even the last few sentences that talk about how do you communicate with someone with dementia. So just, we have to walk the walk before we can do the talking to the other businesses, because the first thing they're going to do is come back to the Mesa Chamber and say, well, what are you guys doing? What are you doing to show us and lead the way, so to speak? So just a thought.
Okay. So any more questions for Allison? Allison, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate your time and sharing the experiences that you guys have had. Because I know we shared a lot of those experiences with you. So it's good to kind of have that to pass along. So thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. And I appreciate your support and everyone here for and taking on this important initiative. And if there's anything I can do, please reach out. I'm happy to have discussions and even just brainstorm with you. Happy to do it.
Cool. So on the agenda next is the breakout room session. So per the agenda, I have created 3 breakout rooms. And Karen, do you want to kind of touch a little bit on each of those?
I don't know what the other breakout rooms are, but I know we're going to talk about the dementia-friendly business program and getting that started. And I think Carl's in that one, and Pam and Naomi and
So
Kelsey. Anybody is welcome. Oh, I guess Carl won't be in that one. So
any of the rooms that they want to go to, there are 3. The first room is, as Karen said, dementia-friendly business initiative. The second room is a technology initiative. And you're welcome to go in that. I don't know if there's a specific host for that room. And then the third room is the COVID discussion. So I'm going to go ahead and open those up, and we've got about 20 minutes. I'll go ahead and give you the 1-minute warning at about 10 till, and bring you all back into the main room if you're good for that. So have that.
Okay.
I've got to run. I got a 9 o'clock meeting in Scottsdale.
That's what he said, Carl.
See you next time.
Bye, Carl.
And it looks like so far everybody's going over to dementia-friendly business. So if that gives you anybody a clue. And Jeff's going to be alone in technology. Oh, no, Jeff and Todd. Okay. Everybody just starts popping in. Boo, 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 boo. Hey, welcome back. I think
You muted us all.
I did. Oh, I wonder if that happens because I just pulled all the rooms, so I wonder if it mutes you automatically when you pull everybody back in to just kind of stop the chaos.
Not a bad idea.
You know, that works. So welcome back, everybody. I hope your breakout sessions were productive and fruitful. Happy to let you continue for the last few minutes, but I thought I would just do a quick recap for the meeting. The next meeting is July 1st. If you got an invite for this meeting, you will get an invite from Sally for that meeting. I'm assuming it is also at 8 a.m. Unless otherwise noted. I'm also assuming that both of our chairs will be back on July 1st. So, Karen, I think we just need to make sure that we tie them down and keep them from going anywhere or doing anything or living.
I'm thinking about scheduling a vacation around June
Right?
30th, I think. And
Yeah, right. Anybody parting thoughts, final comments? No, everybody good? Everybody all right?
I think this is amazing that you guys do this. I just wanted to say that it really touches my heart to be welcomed into this, but also that there's so many people who are interested in really helping our aging population. So, thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's, we're all out here. We might as well come together and work together. So that's the true benefit of it. Allison, thank you again for joining us. Appreciate your time today. Appreciate you sharing the experience that Visit Mesa has had. That's going to be invaluable, I know, for this group going forward. And hope you'll stay a part of that journey as the group moves forward. So
I'd love to. And if I may, I do have an ask. The Hidden Disability Sunflower Program is brand new. If you don't know about it, I need to make sure you do. But my ask is that if you could help me spread the word in any way, whether you put it on your personal social media, you put it on a business social media, just let your staff know, whatever it might be. This is a wonderful program for just recognizing people who have hidden disabilities and making them all feel welcome, whether they're a visitor or a resident. But it falls flat if people don't know what the heck it is. So I really need anything that you can do to help me spread the word is very appreciated and needed. So that's my ask.
Where can we, I'd love to share a post about it, but where would it be? On the Visit Mesa Facebook
It is
page?
on our website. I will send to Sally or whoever is, Bob, whoever is willing to email this group. Great.
it'll
And
remember me, but go to Sally.
I will send her all the information so that you have it, and that way you can refer to it. It is on our website, but I do have some social media posts and things like that. That way you don't even have to write your own copy. So,
we've actually set up a little display right in the lobby. So as you come into the chamber lobby, you actually see, we've set up a nice basket with the lanyards and kind of a information thing about what's going on with it. So it's you don't have to do a lot to help spread the word on it. Just create a presence that kind of piques people's interest. So
thank you. That's just my ask because it's a big initiative and it's easy to do, but people need to know what it is. So thank you.
Do you have a photo of that?
I have one right here. Give me a second.
I'll send you a photo, Pam.
Yeah, perfect. Because that would be a great way to promote both Mesa Chamber and the.
So there's the lanyard.
And the lanyard.
Sorry, I'm on that darn virtual
background.
Yeah,
there you go. Yay.
That's it. And then it just has a little lanyard that talks about the program and even has their contact information on the back side if they want to fill that out. So this would be very good for dementia for sure.
Okay, so
do you have those? Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you have those to where we can give them out?
So we do. Please, contact me. I have been working with police and fire to hopefully, obviously, adopt this program. So I would love to connect with you.
Okay, it's Allison at visitmesa.org.
Visitmesa.com.
I'm gonna say, will you throw that in the chat real quick so that people can grab it before we go? On that note, if anybody has any other questions, certainly feel free to throw them out. Otherwise, I'm going to set you free so that you can move on about your day. And thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you in July or at the next virtual chamber meeting.
Thank you, Bob.
Stay connected to Mesa Chamber social media, email newsletters, Monday morning message, and mesachamber.org to always know what's happening at your Mesa Chamber.